guys, welcome back to our channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Today's video I'm really excited to do. I was considering waiting till August because usually I do my wrap-ups in 2 months just simply because I only read like a couple books a month, 5 books a month, but I've been seeing everyone doing their TBR videos and wrap-up videos, and something about it right now I really want to film one. I'm going to be doing my July wrap-up. This month wasn't the best, so for some statistics, I read 5 books, but I DNF'd one and I read 1 fantasy, 3 romances, but one of the romance was a comic book. To be exact, this month was a little hard for me. I had a rough time reading. I think that I'm in a reading slump, but also I feel like I'm not in a reading slump. I think I'm at the part where like I have so much time to read because obviously I'm off of college and I have summer break, so I have all this time to read, yet I'm like, but I can read tomorrow, I could read the next day, like I don't have to read today. I've been missing a lot of days of reading, and usually I try to read every single day, and I'm just not liking everything that I'm reading. Like I'm not getting really excited about some books. I'm either having really high books or I'm just having books that are just like meh. I don't know, something about this year, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm just not finding those books. I'm sitting down today to show you guys my books, so yeah, let's get into it. So these were the 5 books that I read this month. Pretty short and simple, but let's get into it. I do have a Goodreads, it's in the description if you guys do want to befriend me. I've been friending like all of you guys recently. I finally figured out how to do it because for some reason I could not figure it out for the life of me. So if you want to go follow me on there, befriend me on there. I post daily about what I'm reading. That's like a reward to me, like being able to mark off what I've read. Okay, so the first book that I read this month was a Nicholas Sparks novel, which was The Last Song. This is my first Nicholas Sparks book. This one is about Ronnie. She goes to spend the summer in North Carolina with her dad because her dad and her mom are divorced and they don't really get along. They have a lot of tension there in their relationship, so she's not excited whatsoever. So to try to pass the summer along, she kind of gets into a wrong crowd, but along with that she meets Will and her spend the summer together. This was such a perfect book to read in North Carolina, so I read this in my Read With Me on vacation. The way he pictures North Carolina is perfect. I mean, so many of the activities that they were talking about, like I had done. The beauty that he captured in his book. I didn't like the romance as much. Like Ronnie and Will to me wasn't there. Nicholas Sparks, instead of showing us what they were doing and the banter and whatnot, he just simply told us like, oh, they had been bantering every single day. It's like, that's great, but I need to see it. Their romance was very rushed and we didn't see a lot of those developmental parts that you usually see in a romance. The romance just wasn't what I was there for. I was mostly there for Ronnie and her dad. Their character development together and what they went through to finally connect and to fix what was broken was really special. Her and her dad had something truly special, and the way that they bonded and cared for each other and protected each other was truly amazing. I really enjoyed reading that aspect of their life together, especially because they just mean so much to one another. Big aspect with God in this too. It was like a hopeful book. But I did still give this a 4-star. It was what I needed during my time in North Carolina. The next book is the one that I did DNF. So I got this one on the beach trip. It's The Smile Beach Murder, and this is by Alicia Bassetta. Didn't like this. I DNF'd it, so there's no rating for this one. I just didn't enjoy it. It was boring to me. Nothing was intrigued. I was intrigued by the mystery. Years ago, Callie's mom jumped off the lighthouse for some mysterious reason and she never thought it was a suicide. It strikes again where this other victim, Ava, jumps off again, and it's some mysterious elements, and it's again another suicide, but it's like, how has that happened a second time? I was really intrigued with that because it also talked about treasure, so I was really getting like the OBX show vibes, and I was really excited to get into this. Like 100 pages in or something, like I just didn't care. Nothing was really pushing me to read this. I kept finding myself dazing off, and chapters were super short. I almost wanted them to be longer, and I felt like a lot of the stuff we were talking about I didn't care about. I was there for the plot and nothing about the plot was being talked about, and it was really frustrating. I don't really remember anything about this book. I just remember that like I was having a really hard time reading this, so I was like, maybe I should DNF this because I'm not enjoying it. And once I hit 100, I was so excited to like close the book and just put it to the side, which is unfortunate. It was going too slow, but it was going too quick. Like, I don't think that we were at that middle ground. The time I was gonna pick it up, I felt like I was getting into a slump. Next book I read, I am so excited to say I officially finally finished. It is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Was before just reading it, like when I was doing my runs, I usually listen to audiobooks. I think I probably got like 200 into the audiobook, which was nice because I got through all those like kind of slow bits. So when I finally started reading, I just was in all the action. I was in every single bit, and I had such a fun time with this. I did not know that I was gonna cry in this book, and then I found myself crying like 4 times. So much happened in this book, so much emotion, and I'm all here for it. And just holding this book again, it's just so feeling what the characters felt and what they went through. It was just such a good last book. These characters I will miss dearly. It was just such a good ride. There were so many things that really stuck out with me, especially with the relationships. Cassandra Clare really knows how to talk about the relationships, especially like Magnus and Alec. They're literally my ride or die. I literally love them so much, and the way that she captured their romance, they would literally die for each other. They would go through anything with each other, and even characters that I disliked, I found myself actually loving and not wanting to let go. So I'm trying to think of things that I could talk about without spoiling it. I don't know how to talk about stuff without spoiling. So that's my issue. I could not put this book down. This is all I wanted to do for like the last day that I read it. That's all I did. I could not put the book down. I want to see their happiness. I want a little novella seeing where they're at. So I can't wait to get to the other series to see where they're at, because I already miss them. Yeah, this world is so special, so unique, and the character development. I mean, everyone went through something in this book. This book to me was a 6-star. There's no way I was gonna give it anything less. But I'm trying to pace myself with these books, or else I'd finish them in a sitting. We have Heartstopper III, and this is a 5-star for me. I sat in my little reading chair, read this entire book, cried at the end, and then went to work. Nick and Charlie go to Paris in this book, and so you really get this intimacy that we didn't really get to see in the first 2 books. They're a little more open about it, because the first 2 they were kind of closed off, but this one you really got to, and you got to see them just have fun. Like, they remind me of first love, like how childish you are with it and how much fun you have with it, because you're learning but you're just having fun, like awkwardly adorably cute, and I can't get enough of them. But along with that, we also got to see them talk about a lot of hard topics, especially with Charlie, because I think in the first 2 books we were really seeing Nick's mental health, but we really got to see Charlie's in this one, and I just want to give Charlie the biggest hug. I feel like he's not talked about enough in this, and I seriously, every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, like I love that kid so much. I just want to give him a big old hug. Yeah, just seeing more of Charlie just made me sad that he had to go through that, because he is a ray of sunshine, and the way that he's there for all his friends, it's sad that it wasn't back to him, you know. Hopefully in the next book we get to see more, but yeah, we also just got to see character development in Charlie too. He stood up for himself, and Nick stood up for himself, and just a lot happens in this book. I just had so much fun. Like, I feel like none of her books so far, because like you obviously have like the 1st to the 5th, and usually like the middle books kind of fall flat sometimes. This one did not fall flat for me, and I really enjoyed this, and I had such a fun time. Like, I just have so much fun just seeing them go through their first love, and them all giddy and lovey with each other. So I can't wait to get to the next book. That's the next one. I don't know if I'll get to it though, because my book buying ban. Someone buy it for me, please. That's wild. How are we already on the last book? Anyways, the last and final book that I read, Love Unwritten. I finally finished it. I started this such a long time ago. I was like halfway done, and then I put it down. Don't know why. I think it's because I was going on vacation. I wanted to read other books. This book fell flat for me. If I'm being completely honest, I found myself bored a lot of the time. I loved their found family, and I love the parts of Ellie and Raphael and Nico together, especially at his birthday party scene. Like, just their found family type, and just how much love you could see in their relationship together, and their relationship with Nico was just so heartwarming in the beginning, and I was just so happy and excited for them, and seeing Raphael become the man that he is at the end of the book. But I feel like the last half, a bunch of just nothing. So much of their relationship developed in the first half. The second half, I feel like there wasn't anything there, and we were missing bits. Like, I don't really remember the second half because I don't remember anything ever standing out. And along with that, there was a lot of plot points that I felt like we were gonna see, and we were gonna see more of it develop, and then it was kind of just wrapped up at the end, and I was kind of just like, oh, like that's it. For me, I had fun with this for the first half, but then the second half just felt really dull and felt like it wrapped up super quick. I still absolutely loved Raphael and Ellie. I thought they were so sweet, and I can't wait for them to, you know, be married on their little farm, adopting many animals, and, you know, taking care of Nico. Like, that is, I loved this, but it was definitely missing stuff, and the lighting is completely gone. With Lauren Asher's books, also just thinking of Love Redesigns, I still really like that book, and I feel like it would still be like a 4.5, maybe not a 5-star, but that one at times I felt myself, it was just kind of dragging, and with this story it felt like that too. Like, there was just like a lot of unnecessary stops, I guess. I don't know, the process was there, but at the second half I feel like it kind of just, you know, we were there, but then there was just like all this unnecessary bits, and I was just kind of like, can we just wrap it up, you know? Like, I just didn't care enough. Yeah, I just don't want her, I mean, these are long romances too. This is almost 7, no, this is 612, so this was a long book, and that first one was a long one too. Yeah, I feel like I just, sometimes romances are too long, and I feel like this one was too long, but for this one I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I did give it a 4 in the beginning, but I think I'm gonna give it down to 3. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I'm really excited for the next book. That one is gonna be Lily and Lorenzo. That is my wrap up for July. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. It is a short and sweet one, but we had some thick books in here. Thicker books take me more time to read, and that's why I'm not upset with what I read, because, you know, it's just longer stories. So I'm excited with what I read, and I'm excited what I accomplished. But yeah, let me know what you guys read in the comments down below. I would really like to talk about some books. Maybe we read about the same things. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video.